Okay, here we go. All right, good evening, everybody, and happy 5th of July. So we're going to get right to it tonight. Tonight, our intention is to really set the stage for what is to come this month with our Activate event. And I wanted to tell you real quickly, if you have not heard, first of all, I'm Tanya Sheldon, tonight Tanya Poe, and I'm filling in for Sean and Michelle Poe. And I'm out of Meridian, Idaho, and I've been with LifeVantage for almost 12 years. So excited to be here with you. Okay, so collagen statistics, when they launched collagen over a year ago now, their intention was to do they had projected 12 million in sales, and they anticipated a spike and some fall along the way. But what we have ended up doing in our first year is, where was it? Oh, 37.8 million. So instead of 12 million, 37.8 million. And because our CEO is a visionary, because of relationships that he has, and because of the collagen doing so well, LifeVantage will be ringing the closing bell on the NASDAQ on July 21st, and that will happen at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the next day on the 22nd is when we will have our virtual Activate event, and that will go from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So there's going to be a lot of amazing information that's going to continue to catapult collagen and the power that we have with our Healthy Glow Stack. So tonight we're going to have a few consultants share with you how collagen has transformed their business and how they have continued to use it to grow their businesses. And we're going to go over to Iowa first and have executive consultant Amy Dippold share with us. So hello, Amy.
Hello, everybody. Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah, collagen is a game changer. And when it was first coming out, I heard like right away, I pieced it together. I'm like, oh my God, it's going to be collagen. It's going to be collagen. And I was like, I don't know how I feel about this. It's like a Me Too product, but then nothing LifeVantage does is a Me Too product, is it? We know this, but do our people know this? And so right away, setting that mentality, that intent of, I am going to make sure every single person knows and sees me as that lighthouse on a hill, that, you know, that beacon out there when they're looking for it, that they think right away, oh, Amy's got that, right? And I am not a fast starter out of the gates. When that collagen launched, my personal collagen sales were not huge. My team had huger collagen sales than me, but I'm a slow builder. Okay. And as people have gone through their trial and errors, they've all circled back to me, and that has really exploded. But really, I was asked to talk about how did I almost double my business when collagen came out. You know, we were sitting at a healthy 50-some thousand a month, and we pretty much doubled and went to 100,000 in the span of a couple months. Well, number one, we got on the road and we traveled to team to help them because we had that vision, we had that voice, and we had some new people out there, and we just really needed to go pour into them. And when we brought before and afters of just the first 15 days, 30 days of people, when I stood in front of somebody and shared, this is what activation looks like and feels like, and then you add collagen activation on top of it, and here's the before and afters. Do you know how many people signed up with that? Nerve tube, healthy glow stack, healthy glow stack, healthy glow stack. So the number one thing that this collagen did is it increased my average order on a monthly basis. That already is going to boost your sales. So be using that, right? And here's the other thing. If anybody sees my social media, you know, and see me talking about collagen, but I try really to intentionally not to be super spammy and salesy. I'm just like excited, right? Here's my life. Boom, look at collagen. Here's my life. Oh my goodness, collagen. And everybody thinks of me when they think about collagen now. And so my sales have continued to increase. But the other beautiful thing that collagen has done, because it's so simple, it's so relevant, but it's different, is when people experience our collagen, our retention levels have stayed. So it's not just been like those really, really hard, like, has anybody like gone over the top with the science? Sorry, I have all my notes on my hand because I don't have paper. Have we gone too sciencey for so long? We have. Collagen can be simple. Hey, do you want to activate your body to make more? Here's the before and after, boom, go. Like that is how simple it can be. And this really exploded our entire business. And when we look at our organization, that retention has completely stayed with us. Just like Tanya was saying, we blew it out of the park. So guys, have that bulletproof belief and just know we doubled our business in a couple of months with this. And I'm not a very fast salesman. Like I'm just passionate, and people are like, she's pretty like passionate and authentic about it. Like, I don't think she's faking this, be that person. And the final thing I want to just say is physically get in front of people. Okay. We are in a time now where people are getting back together, and I don't even think about what happened a couple of years ago. I am just like, I thrive in front of people. And even if you don't thrive in front of people, put yourself in front of them, because I wasn't always that way. And I want to just challenge you in this month to come. There's going to be so much big stuff that I don't want you to miss out on by the time summer's ending. I want you to fill your calendar with as many one-on-one meetups, small group meetups, in-home events, and just talk about activation and collagen. I am telling you, you will look back at the month at the end of it, and it will completely have changed everything for you. That's all I got.
Thank you, Amy. I love how Amy said she wants her people to see something and say, oh, I bet Amy's got that. And that's a matter of you making sure that your people know what you're known for. And at LifeVantage, we are known for health. We are known for advocating for the health of other people. And you have to remember that just because you've seen a story or you've seen a before and after a couple times, your audience has probably never seen it. So it's so important that you take your favorites, take those stories that speak to you, sharing your story again and again, because you're always going to have other people that are watching you and looking at you. And I agree, it is time to do the belly to belly and get in front of people again, because if you're in this business, the one thing we've learned, one skill that is so important is being a good listener. And if you can put yourself in front of somebody belly to belly and ask them questions about themselves and be the really good listener before they even talk about themselves, you're going to build trust, you're going to build likability. And by the time it comes to you, they're going to want to hear everything about you and want to know exactly what you're doing. And one thing I love to do locally is I like to see who Facebook thinks I might know. I like to go to their page, see what they're about. And if I don't know them, but they live in my area and maybe they represent something that is in alignment with LifeVantage, whether they own a spa or they're in the pet business or whatever it is, I will send them a message and say, hey, Facebook showed me your profile. I love connecting with people in my area, because you never know how collaboration can get started. They're doing business just like I am. So it's just, don't be afraid to say that you want to network with somebody. Don't be afraid you want to meet them. Don't be afraid to ask them for coffee. Like, I hardly ever have anybody not say that they want to meet up. Sometimes it's ghosted, right? But then they're not your people. So work on that, work on networking, just like Amy said. Okay, thanks, Amy. All right, we're going to go up to North Dakota, and we're going to start with Brooke. Brooke, Wiedrich, share with us what you have been doing and how collagen has changed your business and continues to change your business.
Yes, hello. You're gonna see people walking behind me. I'm at BMX, so much fun, right? Kids activities. So I've been in LifeVantage for 10 years, mom of 7. For those that don't know me, and for 7 years I was previous consultant ranks, right? A Pro 3, 7 years, right? And being in it for 10 years, there's 3 products when we started. So I have been around for every product launch, from hair care to skin care to you name it. I mean, Axio, everybody loves Axio, the NAD, all of that stuff. And then when collagen came out, I was at the Activate event, and really it's going to come down to a decision, period. Right. I mean, I was a pro. When I looked it up, I was just in shock that I was a solid Pro 3. So $5,000 a month going through your organization, for 7 years. right? And so it really just came down to decision, having that conversation with my husband, being like, okay, I've been in it long enough, right? If I don't chase this one and you don't give me or allot me the time to focus on the business part of things, I'm going to miss it. And I don't want to miss it this time because every single launch has come through since then with the product line. So what happened is that when this launched, and just being that it's simple, we don't have to share the science. We don't have to share why it works, right? You can literally show a before and after pictures, and that's enough for people to see what it's doing, right? And they want some of that. And then it's like as simple as sharing a link. If they want more information, we have incredible Zooms for that. But what happened is I started attracting the right people. Healthcare professionals, people on my team that saw, oh, hey, I don't have to explain the science. I can share a before and after, and that's easy, right? People sell or buy stuff or join on your team because it's easy, right? And so what happened was my business doubled within like 2 months, maybe, and then it doubled again, right? So now what is our new ranks? MC2, having a little over $20,000 in organizational volume. What's coming down the pipeline in all of this too is that even when collagen first launched, so say about launched in June, come October, my team was doing weekly meetings because there was excitement, right? What's coming out of the gate, coming up in July, right? The 21st with the bell and then 22nd with the Activate event is that weekly meetings matter. Getting groups of people from one event to the next event, to the next event, to the next event, whether it's home meetings, in-person meetings, one-to-ones, all of that stuff. Using the patent that's coming out and the study that's coming out, your launch could again start tomorrow and you can double your business. Like that's the eye on the prize. Like look at all of the new information that's coming out and feel like collagen just is coming out tomorrow and using that to go double your business. So that's all I got.
Brooke, we need to see you on stage. You just sounded so good. I'm so proud of you. Oh my God, that was good job. You little rock star, you little queenie.
Love you.
I love you. You know what I love too, you guys? She talks about deciding. And the one thing I heard this recently was, and I remember when I said yes, almost 12 years ago, I was at a point where it was almost like I was suffering. And when you're in a stage of suffering, whether it's financially, whether it's health-wise, whether it's just knowing that you know in your knower that you are made for more and that there's something out there, that will put you at high noon if you have suffered enough. And you're going to be ready to say yes when that thing gets in front of you. And you'll be ready to decide. And it won't take you long. It will be a matter of seconds to make that decision. So yeah, just like they say in the ABC report, I don't want to wait till I'm 80 and wish I would have. It's the same thing with collagen, right? You don't want to wait till you figure out that it's really working for people and people are creating and doubling their businesses before you decide to really let it go to work for you. And even if you're at a point, honestly, where you're not able to use it on yourself right now, use and borrow the belief of other people, because we know that it works. Because if it didn't, we would not have quadrupled our sales. We would not have a patent coming out on the synergistic effect with Protandim, and there would not be a study. So hold to that belief that we know that it works. And even if you cannot use it yourself, borrow the stories, borrow the belief from other people, hold really tight to that and use those. And before you know it, you're going to have what you need to use it for yourself as well. Okay. All right, we're going to end with the famous, out of North Dakota, Dr. John Jelinek.
Thank you, famous. Wow, thanks for that. Representing North Dakota, right, Brooke? So she's on the west side of the state. I'm on the east side of the state. Yeah, thanks for having me. It's kind of funny and ironic that they put Brooke, myself, and Amy together because we all have very similar stories in a different way, right? And I'll tell you what, I've been around a little bit too. I got stuck at a certain rank, and when collagen came out, I don't know about you guys, but I looked at it and it was kind of like hair care for me. I thought, how in the world am I going to get this into other people, right? Because if you look at me, hair care can be kind of a hard sell if they ask me what it does for me. But I sat there, and like any product that comes out, I'm willing to try it, right? And I've developed my own story over time, and I can share that here in a little bit as well. But with every new product launch, what do you want to do? You want to go back to the people that maybe said no to you. You want to go to your customers, let them know about it, and consultants, right? You want to share this product with everybody. And if you're not taking or haven't tried it yet, it is truly amazing. And so that's what I did. I went back to a few people that had said no to me in the past. Actually, 5 years prior to last year, somebody had said no, they weren't interested at that time, but they said, please keep me up to date. So when every product had come out over the years, I would reintroduce it to them and say, hey, we got something new. Would you like to try it? Well, this time somebody wanted to try it and had really good results within a week. And I had known that if this person tried it, big things were going to happen. And I like that our group is called One Person Big Difference, because that's what this person was to me, a big difference. I think she ended up trying it in August, and about a month and a half, 2 months, I went from Pro 6, so MC3, little above that, and then doubled the volume over 110,000 by the end of September and hit the executive rank. Which is pretty phenomenal. I didn't think it was going to happen that quick, but it truly made the biggest difference. And it was just by getting this product into somebody's body and then having the results. And that's what it takes, right? I didn't explain any science. I didn't explain any research that we had. I didn't say we had a patent on this. You got to try it. We got to tell the stories. Like Amy said, we have to share the stories. That's what sells, is the stories. The nice part is we have the research. It's there if somebody wants to look at it. You know, health professionals, estheticians, or people that are really interested on how and why this is different, that's what you want to share the research with them. But when somebody says, oh, I'm going to go do my research, the great part for us is we can say, well, the research is already done. Here it is, right? And they can go through it. I'll tell you, I had first, I've already read the study that's coming out. I've seen it. I know why they're doing the patent, and I'll tell you what, in a couple of weeks when you guys see it, it's pretty phenomenal what they found. And I love this about LifeVantage, that we go through the research and the science. When you look at PubMed and our company having Protandim in there with the most studies, what other company has this much research done that's published on that site than LifeVantage, right? And so we're really at the forefront on that. But that person for me was the biggest hit. And for me too, in my practice as a chiropractor, I share this product. I don't do it with everybody. I make it about them when they come in. But when the conversation comes up that they need something to help lower inflammation or help with their body that is maybe different than anything else they've tried, my go-to products right now are collagen and the Nerve 2. And again, a couple of weeks, you're going to hear why people are having such phenomenal results. For me, I didn't really and couldn't really tell a whole lot when I first started these products, well, the collagen, but it wasn't until about, I'd say 3 months in, I herniated a disc in my back about 5 years ago. A lot of leg pain, a lot of back pain. It's not very helpful being a chiropractor and having back pain, let me tell you. We have a pretty physical job, but it doesn't sound good when I'm the one with the back pain. So when I tried collagen, I had no idea that it was going to help me with my back pain. And here's how my back pain story kind of goes. I had a lot of leg pain. It felt like a vice grip was squeezing my calf muscle and wouldn't let go. If I sat down, I could sit down for about 2 to 5 seconds and I had to stand up. I'd start sweating. I couldn't go anywhere without laying down. It was awful. I really was at a point where I was thinking, I'm going to have to either have surgery or I'm going to have to do injections or something. I did get the pain to go down somewhat, but every day for, I don't know, 4 years, I would have back and leg pain to some degree every single day. Now, if anybody has chronic pain, you understand this, but that can drive you absolutely nuts and into a depressive state, right? I mean, it wrecks your life. It does. It affects you in so many ways, much more than I could ever have thought of. And I truly now empathize with my patients when they come in because I understand what they're coming from, where they're coming from. And so 3 months in, when I started this, all of a sudden I started to say, you know what, I don't have any back pain or leg pain anymore. I mean, my leg pain was like it was contracting, but it wasn't. And I had none of this. And to this day, I'm sitting in my chair right now and I can tell you, I haven't had that leg pain or back pain since last September. Truly phenomenal, right? And so what the collagen is doing, it's more than skin deep. It's deeper than that. And so a lot of the collagen is going to affect your bigger organs, your gut, your brain. The disc material in your spine, 60 to 70% of that is made up of collagen, right? And so all I can think of is it's maintaining that level for me, and it's keeping that disc hydrated. so that I don't sit there and compress that nerve any more than it is. So for me, it's been a game changer in my health. I'm recommending this to a lot of people in that respect. But again, like I said, the stories are what's going to sell it. You don't have to worry about the science. The science is great. The patent's phenomenal. But like I said, the research is done for us. Make sure you're just sharing. Put the pictures in your stories every single day. People will reach out to you just from seeing your stories. So make sure that you are posting on a regular basis about this so that people are seeing that. Most people take that bottle and take a picture everywhere you go with collagen. People are noticing that, right? So just make people aware of that, and they'll definitely get back to you.
Thank you, John. What an incredible story. Appreciate you sharing that so much. A couple things real quick, you guys. Follow-up can be the most uncomfortable thing that we do. But the beautiful thing is, just like Dr. John said, is when we have something new that comes out, that's your leverage to go back just like he did. And imagine that being your story. Imagine this time that you're going to go back to everyone you talked to before, and you're going to tell them there's a brand new study, and there's actually a patent on our collagen now. Is the timing better for you? And imagine you find that one person that can make a huge impact in your business. Imagine that happening, but it's going to be you having to put in the work in order for that to happen. So between now and the 22nd, be making your list. Who is it that you know that you need to go back to and follow up with, right? And then another thing I want to read to you, this is from Bob Heilig. And he said, if information and knowledge was all it took to build a successful network marketing business, every one of you would already have the business of your dreams. Okay? Because we have all the information, we have all the knowledge, we could sit in front of our phones, we could sit in front of our computers all day long and read and take in all the information. But at the end of the day, none of that means anything if we are not out meeting people, if we are not out building relationships. That is the heart of your business. It is you putting yourself out there, sharing your story, loving on others more than they've ever been loved on, building that trust. And then when you open your mouth and you share with them what you have, they can't help but want to know more about it because they just love how much you've received them and the relationship that you've built with them. But sometimes that takes time too. We don't want to ever force that. We don't want to force anything on people. That's why we must always be building that funnel, right? Meeting new people, building the relationships, inviting over and over and over again. So I just want to thank everybody so much for being on here tonight. Love you all very much. And Wednesday Wellness starts in 7 minutes, and it's all about thyroid health. Playbacks are not available for that. So make sure that when you know that's happening, also make sure you're Rolodexing who in your life may be dealing with the issues that are coming out on the Wednesday Wellness so that you can invite them and they can see it live because you won't have that playback. And the other thing real quick, with Dr. John Jelinek and what he just shared, a little tip. What I do when that's happening, typically if I'm not hosting, I always have my phone ready when I'm watching these Zooms so that when someone is sharing a story, I go to my camera roll, I turn on my video and I video their story. Now, if you share in your stories, typically it will go 30 minutes to a minute and then it will cut it off. So sometimes you can't share the entire thing. So a good thing to do is go back to the playback. This will be in One Person Big Difference. The recording of it will probably be out tomorrow, but you could literally go back to where Dr. John is sharing his story and you could record 30-second increments of his story and then share those in your stories, talking about his background as a chiropractor and his story that he just shared. Okay, so great tip for that. Stories matter. Stories matter. They mean the most, not the science. Okay, love you guys. Mwah. Have a wonderful night. Bye.